punishment from Smooches. You gotta shotgun this twee. Thanks for the punishment, Smooches. This is for your sister's ass. Oh, that's that.
We're live here. Episode 4 of the Greased Up Sports Podcast. This week, we have our first blue check coming in at you live with our guest. First blue check, all right? The boys are stepping it up. We're going big time. But before we get this episode started, I want to thank Machaca's on Cinco de Mayo. Machaca's. They got fire food. Devin, you ever have the tuna burrito bowl there?
Oh, it's my go-to. Tremendous meal.
Gasoline. It's absolute gasoline. And then they have karaoke on Thursdays, which I might not love karaoke. How do you guys feel about karaoke? Like bars that play karaoke? People that sing karaoke and go up there, good for you.
I mean, if you got Austin Souza or Tracy Souza, spinning those discs, they know what they're doing, especially when it comes to karaoke night. So shout out those two DJs, especially towards Machaca, because I know they like to be down there a lot.
Yeah, not really my scene, but the Sousas do crush it down there. It's a good time.
They kill the karaoke game. They give the people what they want. But I'm saying in the aspect of people actually singing karaoke. Like if you stink at singing and you go up there and you belt out like you're actually trying to sing and you're not just having a good time.
Yeah, it's
take
tough
a
to
walk
watch.
At the showers.
It can ruin the bar vibes sometimes.
Yeah.
It all depends on like my level of drunk. But I mean, sometimes
it
could sound like it's Katy Perry up there. I don't won't even matter.
That's what you think, at least. Like singing in the shower, you always think you sound better than you do.
I do.
Dev, what do you got for us this week, pal?
Yeah, this week, out of sheer boredom, I actually got into some poetry. I found that I like haikus a lot, actually. I'm sure you guys remember those from elementary school.
Still don't know what one is, but yeah.
Just a quick one I want to share. They usually have to do with what is it there? I actually don't have the right one pulled up. But anyways, I'll read this one. So this is by Kobayashi Isa.
Kobayashi.
Oh, snail,
this is good.
Oh, snail, climb Mount Fuji, but slowly, trusting the Buddha, good and bad. I bid farewell to the departing year. Everything I touched with tenderness, alas, pricks like a bramble. I don't know what a bramble is, but
yeah, what is a bramble?
Good words.
I didn't know what any of that meant.
What do you? What are you transcribing from that?
I don't know. I mean, he's climbing the mountain slowly, so I think that's like a metaphor.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Slow and steady,
that's not going to happen to you when you and I race, though. You're going to be slow, and I'm going to win.
We'll see. And then trusting the Buddha, good and bad, I bid farewell to the departing year. So he's having faith and trust in his religion that he chooses to believe in, I think. Okay. Everything I touch with tenderness, alas, pricks like a bramble. So some things that he touches tenderly actually end up hurting him, I guess.
I don't know, but
it's like a girl
sure does
used
prick
to love.
like a bramble.
Yeah, those brambles will get you.
That's quite the slogan going forward.
Maybe we'll release the definition of bramble next week.
Oh, yeah, big league. Dev, how about your Craigslist stuff? Because I love those. Those are my
misconnections.
Favorite. Yeah, I had a good misconnection this week. We're coming straight out of Woburn, the worst traffic spot on 95, hands down.
Maybe Lexington, but
yeah, it's definitely up there. But the title is "We Spoke at the Market Basket Deli Counter." So this guy goes, "We were at the deli counter, got our numbers as usual." And he grabbed the little slip. Fast though now, with limited line. LOL. You were listening to your grocery store orders on your phone. Haha. I asked if you got your list. Then you said, "These masks are annoying." You said, "What is going to happen with this in the summer?" That's like the most common conversation. Anyways, good point.
It could be anyone so far.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Good point. You were hot enough. You were blonde, nice figure, attractive, funny, easy to look at. Just looking at it and talk to. Sexy lady. Not sure you read these, but it was nice to meet you. So this guy just having a casual convo at the deli counter, and I guess he's super into this married woman.
I feel like so far so far, this is the one I feel like I can definitely relate to the most. This guy just seems kind of normal. I mean, I don't know why he's on Craigslist, so definitely not normal. But it seems like he's just shooting his shot towards the smoke. I don't know. It's just my take.
He just went for it. This guy kind of reminds me of my good friend John Good. One of those types of guys where you make eye contact with this girl. She's not giving you any hints or anything. But in the back of your head, you're like, she probably wants to bang me. And then you hit your boys up and you're like, yo, I was talking to this smoke show and she definitely wants to fuck me. And you're like, all right, buddy, relax a little bit. Relax a little bit. It's probably not the way it was. Sorry, Johnny Good. I love you.
Throwing him on blast. Wow.
Throwing him on blast.
The lady's just being like nice and friendly.
This is John Good before he had his girlfriend, though. He's now, ever since he had his girlfriend, he's settled down. He's a good kid now. He's all about
He's a changed man.
Changed man. Hall, you changed John Good's life.
Wow.
Killing the game.
It was good stuff. So MJ, boys, more sports to talk about. MJ.
Mm-hmm.
How are you feeling about it?
I just want to say, first off, I am so happy that they actually have done this the past 3 or 4 weeks so far. 3 weeks. This is the third week, right? Other than this, people would have just listened to us talk about fucking absolutely nothing. I mean, basically that's what it is still, but it would have been even worse. So I just want to say thank God for this documentary. My take on this week, I'm a little disappointed. I think there's still a lot of holes in this story, and I thought maybe this would be the documentary that we would get all the answers from, and it just doesn't really seem like that's going to be the case. It seems like there's still going to be those holes. And I looked it up, and Michael Jordan is the executive producer of the documentary, so I mean, obviously, he's gonna okay. Yeah, obviously, he's gonna okay what's gonna be on the big screen and what isn't. So, I don't know. That's my take. I was a little disappointed this week. I wanted more from this episode.
Have you seen the interview with the mob boss? And he said it's definitely possible that Jordan got into it with the mob and owing them debts, and that his dad could have easily been killed by the mob. And this guy was in the mob for years, one of the head honcho guys.
That shit's crazy, dude. That's nuts. Yeah. But he really was
half of what it is I think as much as he doesn't want to say that he's the best ever and he doesn't care if people say that, I think he wanted this documentary to show our generation specifically that have grown up watching LeBron and how dominant LeBron is, to see how actually dominant Michael Jordan was. Because now after watching this, he is on such a different level. Yeah, LeBron can take over games, but not like Michael could. Michael controlled series.
I'm already fucking choking on my words here because I know I did say LeBron's world's better, but this documentary is definitely showing me that he is worlds better than we even knew.
Crazy.
The clutch factor is unbelievable.
So this gambling thing, the one thing it's doing is it's having a lot of people come out and kind of share their own stories that maybe they're not sharing in the documentary. You saw that one with the guy, he was some famous guy that, he had a gambling problem and he came out and he said he was connected with Michael Jordan and everything like that. But I think he was mixed up with a lot of shady characters. But there was this one story I heard where he went golfing with Jeremy Roenick, hockey player for people that don't know. And I got this quote here for you. So if you guys just want to buckle in, I'm not a very good reader. So we played a round. I beat him for a couple thousand and got ready to leave. Now the Bulls are playing that night. They played Cleveland that night. I'm thinking he's leaving. It's 10 o'clock. He goes, no, let's play again. So we go, we fill up a bag of ice, we get our Coors Light and walk again. Mind you, they have a game later. We roll around another 18, and I take him for another couple of $1,000. Now we've been drinking all afternoon, and he's going from Sunset Ridge to the stadium to play a game. I'm messing around.
Power move.
I'm going to call my bookie. All the money you just lost to me, I'm putting on Cleveland. He goes, I'll tell you what. This is real. I'll tell you what. I'll bet you that we'll win by 20 points and I'll have more than 40 points. I'm done. Son of a gun goes out and scores 52, and they win by 26 points or something.
It's like a mythical figure.
He said that on fucking the radio. Like Jeremy Roenick, like he would have got fact checked if that thing wasn't real. Like that's a true story. Like he was out there.
Yeah.
And when he says a couple $1,000, you know it was a lot more than that.
No, it's bigger. Yeah, it's bigger. You heard them talking about how they were throwing around like 10 grand in the back of a plane. So imagine what he's doing with someone that actually wants to bet big money.
Yeah. Yeah. Like get out of here.
You're just a psychopath. Like competitively, it's insane. Someone
yeah,
who's, like,
dude. I mean, it was. Yeah, I mean, there was another thing I heard too. Where he was just saying how like, you know, he has not a problem gambling, but like a competitive problem. Or I think his dad might have said that.
Yeah,
it's crazy. It's true.
Kind of a fire quote though, honestly. Like, nah, I don't have a problem gambling. I'm just competitive.
Spin zone.
Such an easy way to get out of anything. Yeah.
I know.
I don't have a drinking problem. I'm just competitive.
I just want to finish my beers faster than my boys. But more sports news, boys.
What do you got?
We have the UFC this weekend.
Yeah.
Finally, some like real sports, and it's kind of a banger of a card. Unfortunately, we don't have Khabib fighting Tony Ferguson, which has been called off for like the 5th time. Kind of outrageous. That fight needs to happen, but Justin Gaethje steps up. That can be a good fight. I mean, that dude has hammer fists, and Tony Ferguson is just a lunatic. That's going to be an absolute bloodbath. So if you're squeamish, don't watch it. But I'm going to be watching it.
I like Tony Ferguson. Savage.
Tony Ferguson's a weirdo. Have you ever gone on his Instagram and just like looked at his workouts and shit?
No, I don't do that.
Dude, I see him all the time, like on Instagram, and what he does. He like, it's like hard to explain. He like suplexes like fat car tires and shit. I don't know. He's a fucking weirdo. But then you go down the list. You have Henry Cejudo this week fighting Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz hasn't fought since like 2015, but he did run through that division when he was fighting.
He's my favorite fighter in the UFC video game, so I'm betting all my money on Cruz. He's got a mean
Dominic Cruz coming out to defend a belt, or to get a belt, I should say. That dude has like every single bone in his body is broken, but he's just gonna go for it. And then the heavyweight bout. This is an absolute fist banger. Francis Ngannou against Rosenstrike. That is gonna be a KO match. Like, that's just one punch that needs to hit. That's like me versus Devin racing. It's one time. It's done. It never gets talked about again.
I mean, realistically,
I don't talk about it. I just do it.
Realistically, like, fuck bantamweight, fuck lightweight. Like, I don't fucking want to watch these guys that I could probably toss around. Fuck these guys.
Total lightweights. I'll give you a red on that too.
What was that red card? But like, really,
does it look like kid writing again?
That's made one.
I love his handwriting.
Throw it up. My other one disappeared.
But like, realistically, like, heavyweights are fucking awesome to watch, dude. They're the fucking ones. Like,
awesome fights.
Like the Brock Lesnar days were great. Those were good days to watch.
Yeah,
the UFC.
all of those, dude.
Yeah.
That fight though, that's like probably one of the scariest fights to watch ever.
What?
That is
Brock Lesnar?
Those dudes both.
Those guys.
No.
Yeah. Francis Ngannou. I think I got my money on the Francis Ngannou guy. Yeah, he seems
good, though. He's kind of a loose, like sneaky elusive. He has this. I think it was his last fight or 2 fights ago. He like slipped a left hook and then came back up with one and just knocked a dude out cold. They both have crazy knockouts. If you watch their highlights, they're disgusting.
Francis looks like a Greek god. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Not in terrible shape. Yeah, it's also perfect that this is in Florida. I just love that. Of all the states, it's like holding a sporting event. So there's not going to be anyone in the stands, obviously, right? So it'll just be the fighters and the ref?
I don't know. I mean, the way their governor's been acting, he's probably going to, like, open the gates. Yeah. You don't even need to have a seat.
Tickets. For real. Who knows?
That's going to be
But yeah, I mean,
I'm so happy sports are back.
Yeah, I'm even going to, like, Sato, didn't you say there was even a good fight in the what is it, like, what is the prelims? That's what it's called?
Oh, in the prelims?
And
yeah,
Pettis.
The prelims, Anthony Pettis and Donald Cerrone. Imagine being Donald Cerrone and you go from being a main card fighting Conor McGregor to then just getting tossed into prelims. Like, you're not even on the main card anymore.
He's
You
lost
go from
3
the
in a
top
row.
of the top to just
Yeah, but he's going against
Yo,
Pettis.
man.
Pettis is filthy too. I think this might have been like a throw-in
Pettis
fight.
is pretty good.
I think this might have been like a throw-in fight for the people.
Dude, I can't imagine there being any throw-in fights because I feel like every fighter at this point wants to fight. Like, no one's
Dude,
been
I don't know,
training.
because I
no
feel
one's
like-
been fighting, you know?
Like, was this card originally this good? Because I thought they might have added fights to make it like wicked
For the
good.
most part. I don't think Dominic Cruz, Henry Cejudo one wasn't on there. I don't believe.
That's big.
But that could just be due to like lack of people being able to get into the United States, or obviously because of the whole Corona shit. Like, if one of your family members has Corona, I doubt they're gonna let you fight, or if you've been exposed. But it's a crazy good fight. It's a crazy good card.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'll be tuned in. Something to look forward to.
Santo,
Definitely something to look forward to.
Santo, show off the jersey and the visor. Turn around for
so
us.
we got the little old Sox jersey here. A little Nomar Garcia Parra.
Oh, hell yeah.
My guy Nomar.
Yeah, what's the visor brand
Nomar,
again?
you can fuck off.
It's a classic brand.
Elite.
Oh, never mind. Okay, Elite.
I thought it was his Ron John hat
Elite
too.
That's what I was thinking. Ron John.
Yeah, I knew you thought
got
that.
it.
Kid loves Ron John.
I wish it was my Ron John hat. I think it's in my closet somewhere. It's all ripped up to shreds. That's one of those things I love.
You should put it in the shrine next to my old Patriots hat.
I love that Pat's hat. That thing's is legendary.
Yeah, it's had some good days. Some bad ones too.
That's something you love, so give us more things you love. How about that?
Want me to give you another thing I love? I will right now. So I love, obviously, Cinco de Mayo. I do like not the disease people. I love Coronas. I think they're delicious. I've been trying to keep the company afloat during this trying time. But I like Corona Ritas because it makes me feel like a fucking giant. I love it. Look at this. This is awesome. So that's shit I love. Yeah, I love Corona Ritas. What about you guys?
Dev, go for it. What do you love?
So I love when you kind of become a normal at a restaurant or a coffee shop, and you get comfortable with the people that work there.
This is Dev's thing.
They
He
start,
loves this.
They start hyping you up when you go in there, and you know what they're doing, but you're still like, oh, hell yeah. So like at Cape Coffees, the owner guy there, good guy. I'll go to the drive-through.
Great guy.
Rick, and he's like, I pull up, and he's like, how's it going, boss? And I'm just like, hell yeah. Calls me boss every time. I'm like, oh, I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, that is
no
a great feeling.
Yeah.
That's a great feeling.
Just hyping.
What about you, Precy?
What about me? You know what I love?
What do you love?
Because I stink at golf. That one out of every 17, 26 drives that you have where you just fucking connect and you feel it and you just grip it, you rip it, and you watch that ball go in a straight line for the first time. And you're like, maybe I'm getting this golf thing down. And then you hop onto the next hole and it's just right into the woods.
No, your very next swing, you just fucking hit the dirt.
Oh, yeah. You can never have two good swings. Like, the hole is never perfect. You always have one good shot, and then you just butcher the next one.
Yeah, mind you, all that's on hole one, too.
Oh, yeah.
What's any golf courses open? Any golf courses open?
No golf courses in Massachusetts open.
So I went for a run today on Bass Rocks Golf Course, and there wasn't a fucking soul on there. But they were cutting the grass, keep it in shape, so they're ready to go when we're ready to go.
They're ready to go,
nice.
But none of the golf courses in Massachusetts are open. I heard there was one. I was talking to some guy today. He said he was going to go to Maine to go play golf, and he called the clubhouse, and they were like, yeah, we're actually carding everyone. It's like a bar to get in now. They're carding people. If you're from Massachusetts, you can't get in. Same with New Hampshire. Same with Connecticut. So
I mean, at least they're taking steps towards it. I'm down for that.
I mean, whenever I see a New York plate, I just want to like slash their tires.
Seriously.
I hate seeing
there's
New York
a lot of
plates
them
around.
around right now.
I wanted to do that before.
Yeah, right.
But you guys hear about Fiesta? Glosser 2020 Fiesta? Done
Breaking
for?
news.
Canceled?
Breaking
rip in
news.
peace.
That's a red
Fiesta
card.
in June is canceled. My inside source, my compadre Anthony Novello, okay, he told me, okay, he says, okay, this a fiesta, okay, it's not gonna happen, okay. If we can make it happen, okay, it's not gonna be this year, maybe a September. But if the coronavirus is not gone, it's not fiesta.
Dude, no
That's
carnival
okay,
either. No carnival, no matter what they're saying.
Nothing.
Well,
Well, the
all the
carnival's
vendors
the
will be
sketchiest
toast.
part. Like, imagine going on these rides and shit,
Okay.
like, where they've been. They've probably been
yeah.
down in Florida and Georgia, and now they're
All
coming
over
up
the place.
here. I don't want to touch any of that shit.
Yeah.
Probably a
that.
good
I mean-
call. And then, like, people on
I mean, there's
Facebook
no way
are like,
those carnies are working right now. It's not an essential business.
No, absolutely.
Carnies, they're
But
not
that's the
essential
best
for
part
anything.
is-
Like, come on.
So that came out today, and people on Facebook are, like, mind blown. They're like, oh, my God, Fiesta's not going to happen. Like, what did you think?
Wait, they were
Yeah.
Did you
heated?
really expect it to go forward? Come on, just use your brain for a second.
Yeah. Obviously,
I'm
no one
down-
wants that. But
Honestly, though, I'm down to make a fuss. I help.
I'll make a
Get
little
mad
fuss
online.
about it, yeah. But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like throw a tantrum and go fucking protest.
Yeah.
So,
I feel that.
This could be
obvious-
Pat's. This could be Pat's time to step up and go from there. And his claim
Ooh.
to fame will be he's never canceled the Fiesta.
I mean,
He
you
would never
heard
let
it
that
here.
happen.
You heard it here first last week. Flip doesn't want to run, so it'd be an easy run for him. All he has to do is beat
That's wide
out
open.
Massive
The
Mafia.
only thing with Smooches running for mayor is that no one's sister is gonna want to vote for him.
True. No one.
And along
no one
with their
whose sister has
sisters,
been
no one's
victimized.
brothers will either.
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone's brothers will be like, no, dude, you banged my sister. And then everyone's sisters will be like, you're banging my best friend's sister.
Well, they also
I'm
bring up the
just-
fact that he's not Italian. That's a.
All right,
that's a
I'm
big
not
negative.
gonna. I'm not gonna say anything, and I'm just gonna apply the red card for Pat because he's gonna give you both one right there for talking shit.
Yeah, you will.
So
That's fair.
looks like it's even, boys. But yo, other than that, what's because I mean, obviously Fiesta canceled. Shit, we hate. What's up? What's some other shit we hate, boys?
Shit we
Kev?
hate. You know what I
Santo,
hate?
Santo?
Go for it.
I hate a bad dick day. You wake up in the morning and you go take a piss and you look down and you're like, fuck, it's one of them days.
Where'd she
That's
go?
what I hate.
Tough day.
Oh.
Does it just ruins
Tough
your whole
day.
day?
Yeah, instantly. Like you just don't have a shot of a good day. You just know it's gonna be a
Yeah.
bad day, and you're just you gotta get over it.
Your psyche's
happens
all
to
fucked
everyone.
up.
Happens to everyone.
So basically, every time one of us like guys wakes up on the wrong side of the bed, it's really just a bad dick day.
It's a bad dick day.
Yeah.
It's a bad
That's all.
dick day.
That's all it means.
Start off tough.
What about you, Dev?
So we were actually talking about this one the other day. So I actually used to be a person who did this, but I've since evolved. So when you're pulling up to the rotary and there's like a huge line on the left, and then these snitches go on the right side and don't take either of the first two turns, and then go all the way up to the highway, almost causing accidents at every rotary exit, and they just like don't give a
Yep.
shit. I mean, it's
Every
just
time.
really very harmful to society, and I don't appreciate it.
Every time.
Yeah,
Harmful
No.
to society.
it is.
Not one time. If
Can't
there's
have
a
it.
car in front of me, I'm ripping that move every time. Oh,
You're
No,
ripping
you
it?
can't.
Scum.
every time. I'm one of
See,
those
I
people.
used to do that. I haven't done that since like high school.
Watch out for
Time
the
to grow up,
GMC
TJ.
Envoy that sounds like a lawnmower because that thing's ripping by you.
Yeah, I'll take you out with the foreign.
Well, I mean, other
All
than
right,
my
Seth,
lawn,
what about you?
yeah, other than my lawnmower car, I said not having paper products when you need them. So the other day I went to go. I washed my hands because you know how we gotta wash our hands nowadays. And I looked to the right where the paper towels should be. No paper towels. So then I go into the
Mhm.
closet. No paper towels. We're out of paper towels. I'm fucking like, geez.
Who's
And
Whose
mind
duty
you,
was
you
that?
know, not a lot of good hand towels in our house. We're a bunch of degenerates, so not a lot of hand towels. And I just want to
That's
lump
us.
into
Betzes, not hand towels, Betzes.
Bantas, my bad. And I just want to lump in toilet paper, just paper products in general too, because obviously you're on the toilet without toilet paper. That's a big no-no. That shit you hate.
To one up that toilet paper, 1-ply toilet paper.
Yeah.
That shit you hate.
Yep.
Yeah, the cheap stuff.
Yeah.
I had a
Grew
little
up on
stint
that
buying Dollar Tree toilet paper. Yeah, it was it's not ideal.
You know,
I grew up on that shit.
Sometimes you just gotta buy it though. Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Me
It's
too.
worth the extra few dollars per pack for sure.
It absolutely is. It's a whole different ball game when you wipe it with something nice.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure.
I'm on the Scots now, legit brand.
On the Scots.
Yeah, toilet paper of choice.
So, what do you guys got for our categories this week? So our categories were what cereal, favorite sports intermission, and
Yep.
favorite sport to attend if going forward we only could attend one. So what do you got? Cereal, Santo, Dev?
Cereal, Cinnamon Toast Crunch without a doubt.
Okay.
Grew up on that shit. Love that shit. Nothing hits like a bowl of cereal at 10:30 p.m.,
Fucking
11:30 p.m.,
delicious.
12:30 p.m.
That's a great
Late
pick.
night cereal, all time good. Cinnamon Toast Crunch, the best.
Shout out Jerry Seinfeld cereal. Go,
I'm gonna
Dev.
follow that up with another very sugary cereal. I'm a big Frosted Flakes guy. I feel like it's just the right amount of sugar. It's kind of sweet. I don't know. I just love it.
That's one of those cereals, believe it or not, not like you had to, but I actually always I preferred to put more sugar on top of it. You don't need
it's
to.
possible.
But
Like if you're eating
just,
cornflakes,
dump
you're a
it on.
weirdo. You have to just dump sugar on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a move.
Do
Do you guys like bananas in cereal? I love that shit.
No.
In certain
I
cereals.
don't do that.
No,
I don't do that. I don't do that.
No, I can't give him a red card on that. My grandparents used to put strawberries and bananas in their cereal.
Exactly.
That's how I. That's
Exactly.
how I
Your
pick it up,
grandparents.
Yeah.
Your
Alright,
grandparents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Straight. Like I guess that's a boomer move.
yeah. You're a boomer.
Or the greatest generation, whatever.
Yeah, I went with Fruit Loops. I love Fruit Loops. I love eating them.
All right.
Loops of fire.
Yeah, I love eating them, and then having putting an extra milk in, and then milk, Santo, and then drinking the milk.
Milk.
Oh, he needs some milk.
Fun fact about Fruit Loops. I read this not that long ago that although there's different color Fruit Loops, they're all the same flavor. Didn't know that. When I read that, I was mind blown, and I felt like I was scammed my whole life.
Wow.
Never really thought about
Loud noises.
Sorry, what?
I don't really hear that shit. All right, so what about favorite sports intermission? What do you got, Santo?
Favorite sports intermission. Second to watching cheerleaders cheerlead, which is at every sporting intermission, so I can't really go with that one.
Yeah.
I'm going to say the shootout for 7-year-olds during hockey games. Those are electric. And then you see that one kid come up the ice and he does an absolutely filthy dangle. And you're like, this kid's going pro. He's going to the league. He's going to the league. Half the kids can't skate, and this kid is going between his legs, doing that little spinorama, throwing it behind his back, and it goes in.
Dude, it's funny too because you're starting to see more and more videos too when these kids actually reach the NHL nowadays, and then you see these videos of them throw back when they were actually on the ice as a little kid, just dangling and shit.
Imagine if we could watch Wayne Gretzky's highlights when he was 12 years old. How sick they would be.
I think he had 378 goals in his last Pee Wee season.
Yeah, that is a fact. Yeah.
Deb, what do you got?
Deb, what about you?
Favorite sports intermission?
Yeah, so mine's not a formal intermission, but I was thinking anytime you go on a beer break at a Red Sox game, you're just walking around with the boys, seeing what's going on. It's a beautiful night. And, you might find some new seats. The Red Sox Fenway isn't filled up all the time. Shoot the shit. It happens multiple times a game, but I love it.
Multiple.
Yeah.
The beer run is at literally any time you want to go get a beer, it's an intermission at a Red Sox game. Because if you're sitting down for all those innings and I don't know.
Yeah, they should just let you buy a 30 rack at Fenway.
You could just imagine watching people carrying a Bud 30.
Yeah, we need it.
Fire.
Convenience factor would be unbelievable.
Oh my God.
They could sell it for $90 and we would do it.
Oh yeah, easily. That'd be a deal there actually.
Just to
It'd
look
be
cool.
$500.
Yeah, that would.
Just throw it on your shoulder, walk in, scan your ticket, dude. That's the best day of your life right there.
Legit. Maybe they'll have one BYOB game.
Yeah. So I
Wow,
said something similar. I said 7th inning stretch Sweet Caroline. It's always a fucking good time. You're getting beers, stuff like that. The best part of the game's ahead of you. It's been a snooze fest up until then, so you got some good baseball ahead of you. But that's my honorable mention. I'm actually going to go with halftime at a football game, especially at Gillette. I like going down to the Fantasy Sports Zone bar there, really getting tanked at that point. That's the best part. So yeah, I'm gonna go with halftime at a football game.
That's
especially you get halftime in the Super Bowl and everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, big time.
That's
at that point you're like, you go in, you get your 2 beers that you're allowed. Then you maybe go back during the second quarter, you get your other 2 beers. Then you go back again, you drink 2 beers, and then you're like, oh shit, now we got to go back to our seats, and you get another 2 beers. And then at that point, you're like 14 beers deep before the pregame, and now through this, and you're wrecked.
Yeah, and when you're at the sports zone, like you can get mixies there and shit like that. And you're just cocked. And you're in a sea of people and you're like trying to meet up with your buddy over there and you can't even like wave your hand, but he sees you and you're like, oh my God, great moment. He's loving it, you're loving it. Yeah, so I'm going with that.
Those are crazy good moments.
Great.
When you see one of your buddies at a sporting event that like he has different seats than you and you know you guys are both going to be there and you're both plastered and you see each other for that first, like that split second. That is an all-time great moment.
The meetup's great. Awesome. And now
meetup. Football games. Not breaking news, but talking about football. Andy Dalton got signed by the Cowboys. I called that. Andy Dalton's going to be the starter. Better than Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott.
Nah, I'm red carding that. Yep. There's no way.
I think they had the.
I mean, he's not gonna be the starter, but I'll obey the rules.
Yeah,
it was a joke that you guys didn't get, but
unreal.
I think personally, they just had to get Andy Dalton just so they could have a pale white ginger on the team because Jason Garrett left. So I think that's the only reason they picked him up.
Jerry Jones needs someone else.
That was painfully cold.
Oh, he's crying.
Water, and you see my eyes.
No, Andy Dalton, he has to be the best backup in the league, though.
Yeah,
absolutely the best backup in the league.
Yeah. I mean, Cam. I mean, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of good backups this year. Him, Cam Newton, guys like that.
Cam Newton doesn't want to play if he's not a starter.
Cam Newton doesn't want to sign.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So I guess
who just signed? Jameis Winston, great backup.
That actually might help him a lot.
The Saints have the best QB room in the NFL now.
No, hands down.
I mean,
Taysom
Hill.
They did last year too. Yeah. They had a better one last year.
Quarterbacks want to go there and just back up.
Just learn under Drew.
I guess. That and dude, it's New Orleans, like pretty fire spot to live.
Who doesn't want to go there?
Yeah,
it's not bad.
But back to the categories. We got one left. Favorite sporting event to attend. With this Corona stuff, if we had to choose one going forward, what would it be?
Well,
all factors considered.
All factors considered. Playoff environment at a hockey game is unlike any sporting event I've ever been to in my life. I actually just got a Snapchat story from me, you, Jesse, and his buddy Ozzy.
Yeah.
That game was crazy fun. Yeah. And then me, you, and Jesse also went to a game like 2 years ago during the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I think I fell down from the second to last step on the highest row of the garden all the way down to the first row of the balcony. Yeah.
Hit every step on his way down.
Those are great.
Yeah. No, so I like myself,
but
not only that, but you get a lot of games too, the regular season, stuff like that. Way more than you do NFL. For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Ted, what would you choose?
It actually collides into my point. So I was going to pick a Pats game to get the full day experience and everything. At least considering all factors, I only get 8 home games. So basketball is my favorite sport to watch. I love going to Celtics games. I would take that. 41 home games, pretty electric crowd. It's a good time. Yeah. Take the train right in. Nice, convenient.
I knew you were going to pick. I knew you were going to pick Celtics. I think I'm gonna. I mean, you guys know me. You know who I'm rolling with. Can watch the rest of them on TV, but we're going with the Pats here. Tailgates. That's my church, and those are my people. So that's all I
and
got.
Pats game are great. Remember that eggs with bacon inside of a pepper that we made at the tailgate that time. That
Ooh,
might have been the
I
best
made it.
tailgate snack I've ever had.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
sent you it.
Dev can testify too. I've constructed some good meals at the tailgate. For
Oh
sure.
Yeah.
Get chefs up. Comes fully loaded.
You got to go to
some
Chicky
tailgates.
Flynn's. Shout out Chicky Flynn's. Best place to park at. Easy exit after the game. And, you get the bar you can go into. So, shout out Chicky Flynn's.
I'm gonna
Easy
red
exit
card
if you're
that.
going 95 north.
Red card for the free sponsor. I don't think we're doing that.
Now, Chicky
great spot.
Flynn's deserves the free sponsor for all the beers that they've let me guzzle in their parking lot, and all the laughs I've enjoyed, and all the Patriots wins I've got to watch coming out of their parking lot. Chicky Flynn's gets the free pass.
Yeah, DJ, that would be interesting. Have you looked up the Pats' all-time home record at games you've attended? It's probably like 90%.
For next week.
No,
Tune in next week to find out.
I would love to hear
And
that.
now we go to our first blue check ever.
Connecting his audio. What about his video? Oh, Dusty
There
baby.
he is.
Hey.
Once an Andover kid. Now a Gloucester kid. Once a
Dusty
semi
baby.
or professional pitcher. Now a free agent. And to top everything off, he's our first blue check ever.
Woo!
Dustin Hunt.
Not our
Dustin Hunt,
last.
our first blue check. How's it feel?
Hey, I'm glad to be the first one, guys. DJ, I was fired up when you texted me yesterday, dude. I was like, this better be what I think it's for.
Oh my God, he knew it. He was on the edge of his seat. He's like, I'm fucking bored, quarantined right now. All I want is to get onto the Greased Up Sports podcast.
Come on, please be the podcast.
Hey, I actually
I
just
love
saw Dave Sudbay. I was getting some ice cream at Long Beach Dairy Maid, and he made sure to tell me that he said hello.
Awesome. Love to hear that. I haven't seen David
Dave
in a
and
while,
Sue.
man.
Great guy.
Dustin, you're getting Dustin on. What are you gonna do with that kid? He's a bozo.
Yeah, do you rival with him now? Because like he's one beach over from you. Do you guys like throw stones at each other and shit?
Not really, dude. I haven't seen him around enough to rival with him yet.
Oh,
I
jeez.
gotta see him, man.
Yeah.
Where's he at, DJ?
So he's over on Long Beach right now.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's in Rockport. He's one of those guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good spot, though.
Yeah, so
He's an out of towner.
So for the people that don't know out there, for our 6 viewers, Dustin and now lives in one of the better houses in Gloucester. Definitely perched up on one of the best rocks on one of the best beaches, Good Harbor Beach. And Dustin, what room are you in
We won't
right
give away
now?
where he lives completely, but
What did you say?
What room are you in right now?
I'm in my room, dude. I'm in
Oh, that's why it looks so boring in there.
it's not very good.
if you live in Gloucester, you've driven by Dustin's house a million times, and every single time you're like, God damn it, I wish I fucking lived there. Every single time. How does that feel to like live in that house and you just know everyone's like idolizing your house?
Dude,
So
it's
Dustin,
weird.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird how like I'll get like snaps or like texts from people that I haven't talked to in forever, just like a picture of my house, and I'm like, all
dude,
right.
one of our best friends has a tattoo of your house on his fucking shoulder.
every time I see him at
So
like the
bad.
mile marker or something, he like lifts his shirt up. He's like, your house.
Yeah,
That's
he's
so
never
bananas.
fully
Imagine
there.
someone tattooing your house.
Oh, that's amazing. We were told the other day that I think your dad put up a sign or something that he doesn't want the surfers stopping right down below the garage. One of our
Dude,
friends is
so
pissed.
many-
He's a big surfer. That was his spot.
Dude, we were all talking. We think it's like a place high schoolers go or something to like
Just
the other
smash.
day. Dude, the other day my mom went out there and there was like a couple like banging in their car.
No way.
Yeah, and then like another day my dad went down there and they were like these like 3 kids were like sitting on like our like rock wall with like a 30 rack and then like a bong. And my dad was like, boys, you guys gotta go somewhere else.
Yeah, if you're not gonna share, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, so like I don't know, dude. I think like there were just like so many people going there, so we just like threw a sign in and I think it's
Nah, good move. Yeah, I love it.
I mean, it's a private road, isn't it? Like your road is private.
It is, dude. It's wild. We had a lady the other day. Our dog was out front. She starts screaming at our dog, and we're like, "What the fuck?" So we walk outside, and the lady's like, "Bring your fucking dog inside." And my dad's like, what? Like, this is our yard. And she just like walks away. And like 10 minutes later, we're sitting at the dinner table and like we hear a knock on the door. And I like look over and there's just 2 cops. I'm like, Dad, police. They called the police, said that we let our dog out to chase after her.
That's beautiful.
Jesus
Yeah, man. I
Christ.
mean, look around, dude. You're not in Andover anymore. You got the goons around you now. You're in Gloucester.
Yeah, I love
Different
it. I
breeds.
love it way
Now
more.
that you're in Gloucester, what's your favorite spot to go grab food and lunch, dinner, whatever?
I mean, dude, I love, like, in the summertime, I love mile marker. Really can't beat it. It's like my favorite
But for
spot.
food, you go there. You like that place for food?
No, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
More for drinks. I mean,
Yeah.
for
For the
food,
boozies.
Yeah, for the drinks. Yeah.
I mean, guys, I'm still kind of a rookie, I guess. I mean, for
As it should
food,
be.
like,
I got some shout out to Causeway. Got some fish chowder there last night. Very, very good.
Causeway,
Oh, yeah.
Causeway's a great spot.
Had
Yeah.
a clam
Yeah,
chowder for
Causeway's
me.
always good.
We went
Tremendous.
to
Dev juices the
grabbed,
clam.
like, Surfside Pizza the other day.
I like Surfside's pizza a lot.
Surfside's pretty good.
I think it's one of the better
Yeah.
pizzas in town.
Yeah, they got some good pizza there. We got some Chinese food tonight. I don't know where it was from.
Ooh.
Actually,
I love that fortune too. What was the fortune? Do you have it close by?
Said it's downstairs. It said you'll be invited to a karaoke party soon.
Love that.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Finally, some good
Yo.
news.
Good post-quarantine thing.
Yeah. That's fire. Yeah. I mean, how soon is soon? Hopefully that's like right around the corner.
Dude, I'm hoping so. I haven't like done any. Are you in Gloucester, DJ?
No, so I'm in Brighton right now. I've been quarantined up here, yeah. So whenever I go to Gloucester, like my parents like, don't let me in, something like that. Like or I just like can't touch everything. It's just it's just I've been quarantined.
It's getting out of
here.
control.
It's
I'm so
weird.
sick of it. I'm
I'm
so
so
sick.
Yeah,
of it.
everyone's getting sick of it. They're sick of it. Everyone's sick of it.
I'm
Yeah.
so over it. It's terrible.
I think a lot of people at the point where they're kind of like starting to not give a shit. Just
Yeah,
kinda-
Yeah,
100%.
Do
we've
their own
definitely
thing.
seen that. There was a lot of people at Good Harbor Beach today, right?
Tons at the beach today, dude.
Really?
Like, police were like giving a bunch of people tickets down that road because the parking stopped at May 1st.
May 1st, yeah.
Like, the beach was packed. There were people swimming. Like, people are getting out of control.
Yeah, people are just, I think everyone's
It's-
losing their brains.
I fucking saw
For real.
someone walking around in like a giant bunny suit, like a blow up kind of bunny costume the other day. And I was just like, you know what? Everyone fucking handles things differently. So,
Yeah, go for it, man.
I mean, that's not what I'd go to, but hey,
A little
Well,
It's called
BCology.
it's called a
BCology.
coping mechanism.
yeah. Yeah, people cope in different ways, I guess. Hey,
That's all it
so Dustin, is that everyone been quarantined with you? All the siblings, parents, dog, everything, everyone?
Yeah, dude. Everyone's here. We were.
Good
I was
squad.
in Boston. I was in Boston for a little, but like had to come back, had to get out of the apartment, came up here, and I mean, my parents are pretty much like, hey, you guys can go to Boston, but like if you're in Boston, we don't really want you back here. So
Yeah.
I was like, I'd rather be stuck here than Boston. So
Yeah,
just
for
got
sure.
here. Donnie, Darren, Cassandra, they're all here too. So it's a good
I mean, yeah, that makes it fun too. I mean, especially because you're already living with Donnie anyways, so might as well at least live with the rest of them.
exactly, dude, exactly. We've
So
been,
I'm
we've
gonna
been-
I'm gonna put you on the spot here, Dustin. Favorite sibling, go.
Oh, I like this game.
Dude,
Straightforward.
I can't answer that, dude.
Oh, you have to answer that. You gotta
I
give
mean,
me something.
if you're not going Hunter, I don't know where you're going.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Hunter. Hunter ranks number one.
right.
Smokey's over there knocked on my bed right now. So he's
Smokey. Love Smokey. Where's his box?
But I mean, dude, I don't know. I mean, Donnie and I mean, we live together, which is pretty fun. We moved in together. And
So he's definitely not the one you like most.
we never, dude, they all.
You always hate your roommates.
You know, sometimes I like Donnie, sometimes I like Darren, sometimes I like Cassandra. Who knows?
I'll never
It's all
forget
on the day. It's all on the day.
I'll never forget the time way back in the day where I think your brother Darren, he stole your mom's phone and he started texting you guys, or he texted some of your siblings like Darren's the favorite or whatever from your mom's
Darren was
phone.
Darren was always a little
My mom loves
bullshit.
telling that story.
That's like when you used to log into your mom's Facebook or something. You would write a little post like, "Oh my God, I love my son Santos so much. He's the best child ever."
Santo.
Yeah.
Got him.
No one did that but
I'm
you.
not gonna say I ever did that, but
Oh, I fucking love it. So, Dustin, you were drafted by the what? Angels?
I was drafted by the Astros.
Astros, and then you went to the Angels.
And then I got released. So I got drafted in 2016, played with them for 2 seasons, then I got released. And then the Angels signed me to just a minor league deal for 1 year, played with them, and then blew out my arm. That was the end of it.
You got Tommy John Dustin Hunt surgery. I like saying it by the individual's name.
Yeah, I like that more.
So you had a nice little watch party. This was back when you lived over in Magnolia, right? And you had a nice little watch party over there
for the draft. Yeah, I was gonna ask that.
Dude.
So what was that like when your name got called, or when the coach
it was
called
fun.
you?
We so the draft was like the draft's 3 days long. First day is the first and second round.
Okay.
And I knew I wasn't gonna go the first day. The second day was 3rd through 10, and my agent at the time was like, "Hey, you're gonna go like 5 through 8, so like you're gonna go the second day." And I was like, "All right, cool." So all my friends were out and lived in Andover at the time, and I was like, "Hey boys, like I'm gonna have a draft party, but like I don't want any of you at my house until I get drafted. Like it's gonna be a long day. Like I just want to be by myself." And they're like, "Totally get it." So I was at my house with just my family, just like hanging out all day, and it was a fucking brutal day. It was like my agent called me in the morning and was like, "Hey, if you're not taken by the 7th, the Dodgers just called me, said they're gonna take you in the 7th, and also the Tigers called me, said they're gonna take you in the 7th." And I was like, "All right, great." So like the 6th round rolled around, the Pirates called me and they were like, "Hey, we're gonna take you here with our next pick." And I was like, "All right, let's go." Next pick came. They didn't take me. So I was like, what the fuck?
Ooh.
And then the 7th round came. Both those teams, the Dodgers and Tigers, didn't take me. And then the 8th round came. The Orioles said they were going to take me and didn't. So then, like, that's when I kind of started, like, freaking out and was like, all right, my boys are, like, down the street, like, getting ready to, like, have tons of beers. Like, they want to have a good time. Like, it needs to happen.
They're just peeking in the windows at this point.
Yeah, dude, they didn't tell me at the time, but like they were like right in my fucking driveway, like crazy, like, counting down. And I texted them in like the 9th round and was like, "Guys, like I don't think it's gonna happen today, like whatever." And then the Astros called me in the 10th. There were like 10 picks left, and they called me. And they were like, "Hey, like, we're going to take you right here." And I was like, "Look, like, you guys are like the 5th team to tell me this." And they were like, "Nah, we just took you. Like, you can go on and look." And, like, hung up with them. And then, like, my name popped up and, like, went kind of crazy. My friends came in. It was awesome.
That must be the coolest feeling ever. Is that, like, your number one moment of your life? Has to be, right?
Yeah,
no questions about it.
Best moment of my life.
That's so sick.
Guaranteed.
That's a lot of fucking hard work paid off right there, dude.
Yeah,
when you see that name pop up, you're like, holy shit.
Dude, it was a great time. It was pretty funny too that night. So it kind of worked out well because I got drafted on a Friday night, and then the next day was obviously Saturday, and I went into Boston, and I was like drinking all night I drank all night Friday with like all my friends and family, then Saturday, and then like Sunday I woke up and the Astros called me and they were like, "Hey, like you have a flight to Florida to like pass your physical."
So we're up.
And I was like, "Oh fuck, that's right. Like I got drafted."
Oh yeah, shit, I'm a pro now.
Anymore?
So I flew out to Florida to do my physical, dude, and like second I got to Florida, it was like Kissimmee, Florida, in the middle of nowhere, and it just went from like the top, like I was like living the best life ever, to like, all right, now I'm in the minors, and like this isn't fucking brutal.
Yeah,
was it just a grind when you were in the minors the whole time?
Yeah, dude, it was definitely a grind. I mean, it was awesome, dude. Like it was a great experience. Had a lot of fun. Like met a lot of like really cool dudes. But like it was definitely a big adjustment just going from like college to where it's like such a obviously like a team game, and then like you get to the minors and like it's hard to explain, but it's like more of just like it's a development phase, you know, like everyone's goal is to make it to the majors. Like no one gives a fuck if you win or lose. So like it's all about like yourself, like all you care about is
way
yourself.
Different from college, I'm sure.
Yeah, dude, way different. Like I mean, honestly, half the kids on my team I didn't even like hang out with, ever barely talk to. Like I always hung out with just like the pitchers, like on and off the field and stuff. But like other than that, dude, like the camaraderie like on the team wasn't great. Like everyone just wanted to get promoted. You know, that's the only thing
Yeah.
people cared about. So like,
You're in it for
where-
yourself more than anything.
So where were you? Were you in yo, Deb?
Deb, you gotta do something about that.
Yo, so
we
where
get a
were
second.
you in the minor leagues, Dustin?
So my first season with the Astros, I was in short season A. I was in Troy, New York, which was like, it was a pretty sick spot, dude. It was just like a long season. I mean, I did my full college season, which was like 70 games, and then I went to my minor league season, which was another 70 games, like 140 games. So like, come July, I was just like beat. Like I was so tired of baseball. Like I fucking
Yeah.
hated baseball. I wanted to be home, but like I was in like Albany, New York, right outside like Saratoga. So I was pretty sick. Like on
Okay.
our off days, we went to
Yeah,
like
go to the
horse
tracks.
track,
Yeah,
which was sick.
that's fire.
It was a
And,
good time, dude.
When you were on the, what was it, the Angels, where were you? The minor leagues.
So
Ooh.
yeah, so I went from New York, and then my second season with the Astros, I went to Iowa, which
Okay.
was just another story. And then my first
Brutal.
season with the Angels, I was in San Bernardino, like right outside
Okay,
LA,
nice.
which I
Mhm.
loved. That was
Sounds
my
pretty
favorite
fire.
spot.
Yeah.
That was a sick spot.
So Iowa, how was that? Was that like remote, or like were you
Dude,
close to the city? Like what?
No, dude. So it was
No.
it was like exactly how you'd expect Iowa to be, and it was kind of funny. At spring training it was my first spring training that year, and everyone was like, I was just hoping to make a roster, because like if you don't make a roster, you're in like extended spring training, which sucks, because like Florida kind of blows when it's like May, June, July, just like wicked hot, not fun to play
Yeah.
baseball in, and like it's
Muggy,
more just
yeah.
like practices, not games and shit. So
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I just want to make a team. So I made the single A team, and everyone was like, dude, like Quad Cities, Iowa, it's a sick spot. Like you'll have fun there. And I was like, who would think that? Like whatever. So I go there, I go to Iowa, and like, shit you not, I land. Actually, I fucking fly to Atlanta, and the last day of spring training, me and my friends all went out. The next morning, we like wake up at like 5 a.m., fly to Atlanta, and me and like three buddies are sitting in the this explains how good of teammates we had. We're sitting in the terminal, and the terminal, our like gate was so crowded that we went over to the other gate, and me and my three buddies that went out fucking fell asleep, and no one woke us up, and they just left to go to Iowa.
What?
And we sat at the Atlanta airport for 16 hours.
Oh
Oh my god, I've been there.
It was
Being in an
fucking
airport overnight or for an extended period of time is the worst thing ever.
There's
nothing
nothing worse in the world. Nothing.
Yeah, that sounds pretty. So that was probably the most brutal stretch of your baseball career, Iowa.
Dude, it was tough. Like there was literally nothing in Iowa other than like cornfields. Like a shit you not. Like
Yeah, I mean
Like-
that's. I feel like
It's a
that kind of.
stereotype, but it's true.
I feel like that kind of relates to like what they're thinking about doing right now, like throwing the guys like in a remote destination so they can continue the season or like start up the season.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's
I've
just
heard
no
that.
way
Throw 'em
they'd
in
be
Iowa.
down to do that. They wouldn't do that.
no, they wouldn't do it. But like if there's a place to do it, it's in Iowa. And like the Midwest League, like I would going from like Iowa, Wisconsin, Ohio, like all throughout there, like there is just
Ugh.
nothing out there. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, that
it's-
sounds
yeah.
miserable.
But yeah,
Yeah, it
exactly.
was-
I feel
it
like
was
they'd all
Talk
be
to
like, fuck
Dustin
that.
Hunt. He'll talk every single professional player out of playing at Wisconsin ever in Iowa ever.
So it was
There.
awful, dude. I was in it was like the end of the season in August, and my arm was killing me. I was pitching like the worst I've ever pitched in my life. And we're in Appleton, Wisconsin. We're at it's like an hour outside of Lambeau Field. And it's like in the middle of nowhere, and we're playing a game. It was actually, I don't know if you guys remember in 2017 when we had that like solar eclipse. You guys remember that?
Mhm.
day?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
do
It was
remember that.
that day. So
Mhm.
everyone's like pumped about this solar eclipse. And when we were at, the solar eclipse happened, and for like 5 minutes it was dark. So like the game like went like delayed, and it was like kind of sick. And then we like proceeded the game, and after the game everyone went back to the hotel, and like I go up to my hotel room, and my manager texts me, and he's like, hey, can you meet me in the lobby? And like if your manager's texting you, it's just like bad news. And I turned to my roommate, I'm like, yo, like why does our manager want to see me in the lobby? Like, am I gonna get demoted? Like our season ends in 2 weeks. And he's like, dude, no way. He's probably just gonna ask you about your arm. So I go down there and he's like, hey man, like I hate to do this, but like the Astros are releasing you of your contract. Like, I don't want you to like rush to get out of here, but like, I want you to take your time to get home. And I was like, I need to get on a fucking flight to Boston in the next hour. I was like, and he was like, I got that. And like an hour later, dude, I was in the air. It was fucking brutal.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, dude, it was a good, honestly, looking back, like it was a good experience, just like experiencing like the lowest of the low. Like people say like the Midwest League is the worst league in all minor league baseball just because like there's nothing out there.
Yeah.
And there's like two single A leagues. You got the Midwest League and the Mid-Atlantic League, and the Mid-Atlantic is like the Carolinas, Virginia, like Pennsylvania, and like that's a sick league. You get to go to like Myrtle Beach and like Charleston and stuff like that. So
yeah,
there's
sounds
some
a little
good
bit
leagues,
better.
Yeah, it was a tough league, but looking back, I mean, it was still like a great experience. I met a lot of good guys and stuff, so it was cool.
No, I'm sure it was fucking unbelievable.
Back in the day.
What'd you say?
Little St. John's Prep versus Glossa action.
Dude, I remember
Dustin got the good old backwards K on me. I had a nice at bat against him. He kept on just firing fastballs at me full count. I fouled off like 4 pitches in a row. I'm like, dude, he has to throw me a deuce at this point. Like, it's just been fastball. Throws me the 4-seam right down the pipe.
Another
I just
heater.
looked back, dropped the back in my hands, and just like walked off. Yeah, nice pitch, asshole.
Dude, I always didn't like pitching against you guys. You guys are always tough, honestly. You're always like,
oh, we can always get in your head too, just because
gritty blue collar guys. You know, that's what we are in Boston.
100%, dude. Every time we faced you guys, it was a tough one. So.
What was it, like 12-year-old leagues when we set it up? We got like Andover, like all-stars to like come or something like that.
Yeah, dude.
That was fucking beautiful.
We set it up and like we were all fired up. I was fired up to play you, and you kept like coming into our dugout and like stealing all our bubble gum.
Getting in their heads.
Sounds about right.
Yeah,
I was
like DJ.
I was all talk. I had no game.
The only thing you cared about was that bubble gum, dude.
Oh my god! I think there's a picture of me with just a wad just in my fucking chin.
Mom has a picture of you with the whole bucket of gum in your mouth.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. Speaking of which, say hello to Kristen and Don for me.
I will. I definitely will. They're upstairs. I told them I was on here. I was coming on this, and they were like, "Oh, Jesus."
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. I mean, you haven't embarrassed them too much yet.
Who do you think is like one of the best players you've ever seen play? And is he in the majors now, or will he make it there?
Yeah, that's a good question, dude. I think the best pitcher I ever saw play was actually my my first full season. My roommate in Iowa, he was our first round pick, my draft. He was a high school kid. His name was Forrest Whitley. He was a 19-year-old. I still keep in touch with him. I could probably get him on this if you guys want.
Sure,
but,
we'd love that.
Blue check?
Yeah,
I love that.
He's a good kid. He's funny. But he is definitely the best pitcher I've seen. He kind of fucked himself over a little bit. He was his first full season. He started in low A, ended up in double A. The following year, he made it up to triple A, and then right as he was about to get called up, he failed a drug test.
We would love to get this kid on the show.
You guys would love him, dude.
He's that kind of guy.
But he'll probably, I mean, he would have gotten called up, and then the Astros signed Verlander, which kind of sucked for him because it kind of took away a starting role for him, and then now he's kind of just in AAA, but he would have got called up this year, but I mean, obviously they're not playing, which kind of sucks, but he was definitely like the most dominant pitcher I've ever watched, especially at his age. He was like 19, 20, just like an absolute stud.
That's crazy.
You a lefty or?
He was a righty, like 6'7" righty would throw. He was like 98 to 100.
Hip squeak.
Big kid, dude. He was
Nice.
So you played on the Astros. Were you guys cheating then too?
Dude, so
no comment. He
funny,
says.
like, it's kind of funny. I mean, I don't know how much I should say here, but like my first spring training.
Let it all out.
There's
only like 7 people listening.
Yeah. My first spring training with the Astros was like it's kind of weird. Like I didn't see anything because that was 2017, the year they won the World Series. But like, I never saw anything like at spring training. But with the pitchers, they were always like trying to get us to use like this pine tar stuff, trying to teach us how to use it. And like, I didn't think much of it. Like, I know all big leaguers are all using pine tar and shit, but like, I thought it was kind of weird that they were like teaching us how to use it, going through classes on how to use it, where to put it, how to hide it, and like shit like that. And I didn't think much about it. And like, as I started talking to my friends in other organizations, they were like, "Nah, dude, like we don't really do that. Like, if you use pine tar, you use it, but like don't tell anyone, I guess." But like, I guess it was just different with the Astros, dude. And like, they were always trying to get you to use pine tar. And like, you see guys like Charlie Morton, who was like an alright pitcher and came to the Houston and like was
way
a fucking
better.
stud.
Yeah.
And then you get like Verlander, who came he didn't really have a slider, and then he showed up to Houston and the slider was like,
it was all that pine tar,
Totally.
like Michael
And then you look
Pinata,
at,
right?
like,
Is that guy's
Cole,
name?
too. Like, Garrett Cole was a stud, but then he came to Houston and just like won the Cy Young. It's all, I'm telling you, it's something with pine tar. They're all doing something.
I love it. So there's like
that guy's name was Michael Pinata, right? He had it on his like neck
Michael
or something.
Pinata. He had it on his neck. But the Astros do this stuff. It's called bullfrog. It's like you throw rosin on your arm
Inside
and then
scoop.
you put bullfrog on your arm, and it's clear so you can't see it. And that's what they do.
Oh, shit.
That's amazing.
We're up to something.
This is the podcast that's gonna make us blow up, boys.
Yeah, let's be on ESPN's fucking sticker on the bottom.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's my inside take on it. I never saw like any like camera.
Did you ever
footage, so-
use the bullfrog? Did you ever use that stuff?
I did, yeah. I used it. Honestly, I didn't like it. It was honestly so sticky that I couldn't figure it out.
It was too good.
And, like, yeah, dude, it was like too good. And I mean, I sucked at it. And
Bullfrog stock just went through the roof, folks. Bullfrog stock through the roof.
I actually did bullfrog. Like,
Get some
I think
bullfrog.
it's like sunscreen or something. But when you mix it with rosin, it's like wicked sticky.
That's hilarious. That is funny.
That's some weird
Well,
shit.
we appreciate the inside scoop. Wow. That's some good
Yeah,
shit.
dude,
Yeah.
a lot of people have asked me about it. They're all like, "Oh, dude, like, were you part of the cheating?" And I was like,
Yeah. I didn't even think about
I mean,
that.
I was honestly just expecting a quick laugh and just for that to pass on, but you just gave like a pretty fire story right there.
It seems like they didn't give a shit. Like their cheating went deep. Like everyone in the organization knew about it. Like it was just
Deep
normal
roots.
for them.
Yeah,
I love
don't
it.
know, dude. I mean, like, I think like a bunch of I truly think like all big leaguers, everyone's using pine tar. Like,
Absolutely.
it's a universal thing. But I think it's kind of just like you don't talk about it. You know, it's just one of those
I think the
things.
Sox and the Yankees, teams like that, I feel like they're better at cheating than like any other teams. And they just don't get caught for the most part.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, the Astros, that whole cheating thing, like, that was ridiculous. Like, watching the videos of
They
that,
just
it
needed a
was like,
scapegoat for the whole cheating.
Yeah,
like everything that's
100%.
gone down.
And it was
They had it perfect on the Astros. They could put all the blame on. They had all the evidence, so they were like, all right, time to crack down.
100%. Yeah, it was,
the fact that they were winning made it a better story. Yeah, all that stuff.
It's what happened to the Pats. Same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I feel like they're a little bit more like at fault, but you know.
Yeah,
that's because I'm a Pats fan.
I mean, the Pats never cheat.
Yeah,
Dustin. So you're a massive Pats fan. For people that don't know, I just want you to take not really like into the whole thing, but let me just get your Brady take. How do you feel, bud?
Yeah, dude. I mean, dude, I don't think you're gonna like my answer much. My friends hate my answer. I think the Pats are gonna go like 8-8 next year.
I'm with you. That's my take too.
Reasonable.
I think a lot of people are gonna realize that we need Tom more than we need Bill. I think that whole fucking argument's gonna come to fruition, and everyone's gonna be like, "All right, Tom's more valuable." I'm not saying we don't like Bill wasn't part of it, but people are gonna be like, Jarrett Stidham's not gonna take us to the promised land. Like you need a guy like Tom throwing the ball, and I don't know, dude. I'm a little disappointed with how the Pats have like. I mean, did the Pats even offer Brady anything? Did they just like let him walk?
No, it seems like they
Yeah.
just let him go. Yeah, it
And
seems like
that's
they were kind of all on the
gonna
same page.
offer him like Yeah, they were like gonna offer him something, and it was like kind of in the talks. But at the end of the day, when he met with Rob Kraft, he was like, "I just don't want to be here anymore," kind of.
Yeah.
And they were like, "All right, well, then we won't make a final offer to you."
Yeah,
Yeah.
and like I guess that just rubbed me the wrong way. Like I don't know how you can just like let Tom Brady go that easily. Like at least show him
wild.
some respect and throw him like I don't know, fucking 50 million. Like the
He only
Bucs.
wanted like 2 more years too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, let's
Like
give him
have him finish out 2 more years and like have him finish a pat. Like I'm gonna hate it once one rolls around and he's in a Bucs jersey. Like that's
Oh,
gonna
it's
suck.
gonna be so hard to
Yeah.
watch. I'm gonna break
Blessed.
down again.
That's
gonna
gonna
be-
be so easy for me to hate. I'm just gonna see red. Oh, I'm gonna be
Yeah.
so angry.
I'm gonna be
So
crying
angry.
the whole
Oh.
time.
What do you
mad
think,
tear,
DJ? You
angry
think that-
tears.
You think the
DJ
Jets
Team
gonna
Bill.
win?
Yeah, I'm big team Bill. I think there's no way in hell he will let us go 8-8. This is his dignity. This is his career on the line, and I think you're gonna see top notch Bill all year. He's not gonna be fucking around. Not gonna be
Yeah,
any of
I
that
agree.
buffoonery. No holding Malcolm Butler out. None of that fucking wild shit. He's gonna go balls to walls all year. And
I
like
agree with that. Like
I like better than
think-
8-8.
Yeah, I mean, Bill's got a lot to prove. He definitely does, but like at the
Yeah.
end of the day, he's not the one throwing the ball. And like I don't.
Exactly.
gotta-
The coach can
yeah.
only do so much.
Still got
Yeah.
to do it on the field.
Yep.
So it'll be
See.
interesting. I mean, I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait to
Oh,
watch it.
it's-
Now I can't
yeah.
wait to watch the Bucks.
I know.
As much
I
as
know.
I hate
It's
to
gonna
say it, but
be an interesting season for sure.
for sure, it's gonna be
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one though.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what
yeah,
though,
let's do
I'm gonna feel a lot less guilty if I black out at a Pats game this year because it's not gonna be like, oh, this might be my last Brady game, you know. So
I chose to black out today.
Yeah, so watch out.
I never thought about that.
Yeah.
But like it's gonna be way different seeing like Jared Stidham run out of the tunnel and with no Brady.
Yeah, it's
So,
weird. Like you don't get that
Yeah,
fist pump. The
exactly.
let's fucking go.
I
Like
thought that was the best.
Yeah, he's gonna have to have something signature for when he runs out, like a cartwheel or
100%.
something. Like,
he just does the worm.
The Stidham train. Hop on, boys. Hop on.
Hop on.
Yeah. That
Oh,
would be-
all right, Dustin. Well, I mean, we don't want to keep you all night, but I know we got the Last Dance coming up, and we all want to watch that.
Yeah, we gotta watch
Yeah,
some Last
dude,
Dance,
that-
baby.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
fired up for
Sports.
that. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
fun to
Well,
watch.
Appreciate you for coming on, and hopefully we see you soon, maybe on the water at Wingy Chic Beach.
For sure, boys. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you guys invited me. This was awesome. Added some
Yeah.
excitement.
You're a
Our
Gloucester
fir-
guy now. Now
I
you're
am.
part of the fam, you know?
I am. I gotta
Initiation.
definitely see you guys
Yeah.
get hard. Yeah. Yeah, you guys gotta initiate me, dude.
Oh, we will. Our
You
our
asked for
first
it,
blue
we'll hand it
check.
out.
Our first blue check,
Yeah.
Dustin
Blue
Hunt,
check.
ladies and gents.
What's up, YouTube? Back again with another edition of the Smooch Scoop. I'm going to try and have a little bit more energy this time. I feel like I've been really low energy the past few weeks, so I'm going to fucking amp it up. I haven't even gotten the official numbers yet on the red cards, but I'm just going to record it and just, let the gods decide and just see how this turns out. So I have one all around. I got one for Santo, one for Devin, one for DJ, and I also got one for Safadia for cancel Fiesta. I think that's just an outrageous move. I think we could have walked the greasy pole and just covered that shit with hand sanitizer. We would have been fine. But anyway, the punishment, I'm going to have you guys just go on TikTok, download it, make an account maybe, or you can do this on Instagram too if you want, but you got to go on TikTok to find one of those dances that they all do. My favorite is the I'm a Savage one. I want all you guys to do either the same one. If you guys can choose that. If you all want to do the same one, we can leave that up to Safadia maybe. You can all do the same one, kind of compare and contrast who's got moves, who doesn't. I think that'd be kind of fun. Devin, I'm real happy to see that you're making some ground. K-Pan Coffee's becoming a regular, but I do have a story about that where it went wrong for me. So I was going to K-Pan Coffee's every day for like a month, getting the same thing. I was going inside. I was getting the same thing, same coffee, same ham and cheese Danish thing or whatever it was. And then after a while, I'm like, dang, I'm really not breaking through with these people. They're not recognizing me, whatever. One day I walk in, she's like, Derek? And I'm like, oh, close. All right, at least they know my face. They know I come here. It's kind of close to my name. And then right after that, the taller, like, I think she's Polish lady, looks at me. She goes, "You look strong." And I'm like, "Okay, all right. Here we go." And I'm breaking through. And she just had me move the toaster. She brought me into the kitchen. I picked up their old toaster and brought it behind the building. And that was it. And I don't know how I went so wrong. I shot past beloved regular, like straight to employee. I don't know how I pulled that off. It was confusing. And I haven't really gone back since, to be honest. I didn't really understand. They didn't even like give me my coffee for free that day or anything. They just put me to work and they were like, "Get out of here, you stinky son of a bitch," and put me on my way. I appreciate all you guys advising on my prospective mayoral campaign. I'm really looking forward to it because I think the time to strike is now. Safadia will go down in the history books as the mayor that canceled Fiesta. It's impossible to rebound from. I don't think it's ever happened before. Maybe during World War II it got canceled. But I think just in the debates, that's what it's going to come down to. They're going to go to me. They're going to say, "Have you ever canceled Fiesta?" I'm going to say no. And then I'll just get elected. As for whether or not someone's sister or friend or brother is going to vote for me, I've just been working this long-term strategy for the past few years now of just no press is bad press. Name recognition is the name of the game in small-town politics because no one really knows where anyone stands on any of the issues, but people will certainly know where I stand on their sister's ass. Other than that, I don't really have anything to add, and I'll see you next week.
'Cause she's so high above me. She's so lovely, 'cause she's so high. Cleopatra, Joan of Arc, or Aphrodite. 'Cause she's so high. Yeah.
The Great Sports Podcast.